This is for the opening monologue. Take 550 fucking 6. Let's get it, bitch. Hey, what's going on, fam? What's going on? It's your dude, BubzDaGawd, here with yet another unique manifestation. Firstly, before we get started, I would like to say thank you, okay? Thank you. Thank you for taking the time to step into this world. A world I've been constructing for weeks now. You could be anywhere, doing anything, but you're here. And for that, I definitely am grateful. This project, even though it stressed me the fuck out, is definitely my baby, okay? Now, with the help of ChatGPT, shout out to them, you know, my scribe and shit, that's what I call them, we've manifested something I can only describe as a dark, jarring interpretation, a dramatization of Blame It on the Dress, the manufacturing of Black homophobia and performative masculinity by J. Charles, aka the Black Anarchist Podcast. Make sure y'all go over there and subscribe to him and purchase the book. It is an amazing read. This is no ordinary book review. This is an excavation, a bloodletting, a ritual. And just like Erykah Badu, once said, now keep in mind that I'm an artist and I'm what she say? All right, okay, all right. What is this project, right? It's a raw, unflinching examination of how the god of white supremacy has infected the Black community, how it has sunk its venomous fangs into our collective psyche and fed on our fears, our desires, very souls. The god of white supremacy, even though it sounds corny, it's not just a figure or a corny ass name, okay? It's a living, breathing force, an omnipresent, narcissistic, blood-soaked entity that takes credit for every act of violence, every lash of the whip, every blade of grass that grew from blood-soaked soil. It is vile, insidious, and remorseless. And it's going to talk to you. Yeah, you, through this project. Before you proceed, understand this. Viewer discretion is not just advised, it's required. This is not a safe space. This is not a feel-good liberation project. This is a descent into the depths of the God's domain, where every vile, insidious, and degrading word it spews will slice through you like shards of glass. This content is graphically explicit, psychologically invasive, and violently disturbing. And if you dare to stay, you will be forced to see yourself through its eyes. Proceed at your own risk. The 3 videos in this manifestation series are based on chapters 1, 2, and 5 of Blame It on the Dress. Chapter 1, The Blame Game. Why the Black community scapegoats gay men. Chapter 2, Who taught you to hate yourself? Homophobia as a tool of white supremacy. And Chapter 5, The Man is the Prize, the mythology of straight male superiority. Now, if you find yourself unable to look away, you find yourself craving more of the God's words, more of its venom, more of its gospel of blood and suffering, let me know in the comments, okay? Let me know how much you're, willing to invest in other chapters besides these 3, okay? No shade. Let me know how much more of yourself you're willing to sacrifice to hear what it has to say. Because make no mistake, the god of white supremacy is always hungry, always waiting, always watching. But despite how dark this will get, there is definitely a way out. Listen to me. There is always a way out. And that way begins by reading Blame It on the Dress, okay? By taking that knowledge, that weapon, and wielding it against the God's reign. Because as insidious as it is, it can be dismantled. But only if we dare to face the truth. Only if we dare. See how that word "we" keeps popping up? To confront what we've been conditioned to ignore. So before we begin, just go ahead and take a deep breath. Exhale. Okay. Take a moment to ground yourself. Affirm that you are stronger than the darkness you're about to witness. That you are not what the God says you are, okay? That your worth is not in its hands. You are not its puppet, and you are not its prey. You are here to reclaim what it has stolen from you: your mind, your soul, your power. Now, go ahead and grab something to sip on. Light up. That's your vibe. I already did. It's the 15th take, bitch. I'm high as hell. Turn off the lights. Step into the abyss with me, because what you're about to witness is a BubzZzFloww manifestation you'll never forget. So, without further ado, I present to you my interpretation of Blame It on the Dress.
Gay marriage is a travesty. It is a slap in the face to all of the black mothers that went through all that you failed to get us to where we are today.
No homos will ever be allowed on this church as long as I'm the pastor here. Never!
Black men today that adopt homosexuality, that adopt gay marriage, have adopted death. There's no life in it. But what are we going to move on to? Moving on to gay marriage is moving on to death.
To understand is that the Bible commands that certain people be put to death. Not by me, not by Christians. It's obviously not my job or the job of any Christian to go out and kill anybody, and I've never taught anything like that. But rather that the government's job is to punish criminals and to execute those who committed capital crimes. And according to the Bible, homosexuality is a capital crime, and I didn't write the Bible.
They never did they wait for these homosexuals to get children and they can molest them.
I was real clear how it happens in Romans chapter 1. It talks about how God gives people over to a reprobate mind to do these filthy acts. So it has to do with them rejecting the Lord and rejecting Jesus Christ. And I'll ask again.
You understand what I'm saying? God can't use no men trying to be women. We call them
Walking around here looking like a sissy. And they don't want nobody to say nothing about you. I'm gonna say something about you. You're perverted and you're lost.
It's been more than a month since Carmen Wells was shot and killed inside her own home on Detroit's east side.
Once you choose that lifestyle as an adult, as an African American, you're subject to get the worst of everything. Because not only are you shamed in our community, you're shamed around the world.
I'm hurt, I'm devastated. This has to stop. I'm almost 50, and I go to more funerals for LGBTQIA people than I've ever imagined in my life. I blame some of these preachers. You got the sissies up there doing praise and worship. You know what that is? That is insidious preaching.
Killer's friends tell me she was killed on the same street where she lives. There will be cameras in the area helping the investigation. Meanwhile, Cincinnati police are asking anyone with information to call the homicide.
Those in the community say they, along with the family, want to bring to light the violence that many inside the LGBTQ community face. The homosexual will be punished, but the fact of the matter that he's being punished right now, the homosexuality is the punishment.
This is not the barbershop sermon you survived. This is the part they never said out loud. The blood-soaked syllabus carved into your father's belt and your cousin's silence. You are about to enter the slaughterhouse. Here, softness is skin, queerness is crucified. Here, the god of white supremacy lectures in broken ribs and swinging corpses, and every lesson ends in a blood offering. This manifestation contains graphic language and spiritual violence, ancestral desecration, abuse, homophobic ritualism, and the psychological mechanism of black on black brutality. Engineered and orchestrated by something older than your pastor's voice. There is no refuge in this chapter, no escape in scripture, no softness unbruised. If you continue, understand this: the voice will not blink, the images will not flinch, and the mirror will not lie. If you are not ready to hear your uncle's voice in the God's laugh, to see your own hands holding the knife, to remember what you did to him when no one else was watching, turn back now.
But if you're still here, light the candle, close the door, and listen carefully. Because once the lesson begins, the God does not stop. Viewer's discretion is your last illusion. There you are, the prodigal children, back again for another sermon in hell. Tonight's lesson, everyone, how to beat the fat out of your own blood and thank me for it. Oh yes, we're going there tonight. Straight to the meat, straight to the bone, straight to the blood-soaked, gory truth. Because that's what you do, isn't it? You point your fingers at the fairy in the family, the sweet boy in the corner store, the quiet one who doesn't walk right, who doesn't talk right, who doesn't love right. But you don't know me. You don't know how I took your love and made it a curse. How I took your tenderness and made it a weapon. How I took your brother and made him your enemy. How I took your father and made him your executioner. You ever notice how it always starts so young? Before he knows what he is, before he knows what he's done, before he knows why they look at him like he's less than a man. You teach him he's the problem before he even knows what the problem is. You do it in barbershops. Where manhood is forged like a shank in a prison cell. You remember, don't you? Sitting in that chair, 11 years old, legs dangling like a while some toothless motherfucker sneers. Little punks like you, the reason the community's so messed up. Oh, you remember that, don't you? The way he said it, the way he sneered, the way he spat, the way he threw his filth on you. Because he couldn't throw it at me. But that's how it works. You feel powerless, so you punch down. You feel weak, so you beat the softness out of him. You feel like a so you make him feel like less than that. Because as long as he's the you get to be the man. You think you know violence? You think you know suffering? You don't know shit. Not until you've seen a man fuck his brother while the overseer watches. Not until you've seen love turned into a spectacle. Not until you've seen tenderness desecrated into terror. I took two men who loved each other, made them fuck under the moonlight, made them bleed under the overseer's whip, made them look each other in the eye and say, "This is for your own good," and you still do it. Oh, how you still do it. You still make them fuck each other, not with their bodies, but with their words. You call them you call them sissies, you call them weak, and every time you do, I get stronger, I get fatter, I get fuller. You think you can rise up? You think you can fight me? You can't even fucking read. You want to know why you'll never open it? Why you'll never read? Because I made you. I wrote you. I programmed you to hate yourselves, to beat your own sons, to choke your own daughters, to crucify your own brothers, and call it love. So, go on. Keep your mouth shut. Keep your head down. And keep feeding me your children. Because even if you do open it, even if you do read it, you'll still belong to me. You'll still bow down. You'll still call me God.